want to go ahead and give you guys a message with this upcoming year. And first and foremost, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. I hope you guys had a great time. Being very reflective, I feel like this year has been really crazy, to say the very least. I feel like I'm sure a lot of you guys probably feel the same way. A lot has happened. Met a lot of great people, which you guys will see in the future, God willing. These past couple of weeks, I've been very reflective on the past year. You know, a lot of us, we think New Year's is, oh, we get another year, right? Or, oh, it's a new year. When in reality, it's a year less. When you start living with that mentality, a lot of things change. You know, your perspective changes, the way that you do things, what you do with your time changes, what you do with your money changes. I never really thought of it that way until my mom actually said it when we had a family meeting the other day. She said that it's a year less, you know, because Christ is coming. You know, that's the reality of it. You know, we can't keep hiding it. We can't keep, being in denial. You know, it's the truth. I encourage you guys to really be very reflective upon this past year and change your bad habits. I don't mean just your sleep schedule, or you know what I mean. I don't mean those kind of bad habits. I mean like your actual bad habits, your sins, your health. You know, go to the gym, eat healthy, really truly work on yourself, read books. You know, stop being on the phone a lot. I have not been on the phone recently whatsoever. I've been trying to stay far away from it because life is so much better without it. I'm only using social media when it comes to like videos and episodes of my podcast. But like as far as like social media scrolling and all that, I don't do any of that. It's not worth it. You waste so much time, and it's like you get a lot of stuff in your head that aren't really necessary, dude. Like it's literally just better to just read a book. You get so much information out of it, and you also improve your vocabulary. You also improve your interpersonal skills as well. Your ability to speak to people, you know, just how you see people in general. Your knowledge is just becomes more, you know, and you become somebody that people actually want to be around. Like this year, I encourage you guys to actually really think about everything, you know, like really think about what y'all did wrong and what y'all need to improve, you know what I mean? Like, I know I was joking around with the sleep schedule, but I'm being serious. Like, go to bed early, wake up early, because that gives us more time. Less sleep, the better. And I don't mean like 1 hour, I mean like 7 hours, and that's it. You know, at least have 7 hours, and max maybe 8, 9, and that's it. You don't need any more than that. Eat healthier, dude. Stop eating fast food, because you're also wasting money that way, man. Like, just start focusing on what's like really important in life. You know, your relationship with Christ, your relationship with the family that you have around you. Talk to them, spend time with them, because you only have one life with them. They only have one life with you. You don't know when the end of that life is going to be. So, you know, spend time with them. You have a boyfriend or girlfriend, spend time with them. You focus on them. You know, don't focus on the future. Don't focus on your career. Let me reword that actually. Focus on your career, but don't be obsessive to the point where you're not spending time with your loved one, or you're kind of pushing them to the side and focusing more on yourself. Don't do that, because then you're just going to end up losing those people you love, and then by the time it's too late, you're going to go to a point where you cannot return. You don't want to go there. You don't want to feel broken inside. You don't want to feel hurt, because the reality is jobs are temporary, money is temporary. The only thing you're really going to have is the people that you have with you and the memories that y'all make. And that's truly important. Not, you know, if you have a better career than anyone else, or if you have the most money out of everyone else. That doesn't really matter. Yeah, you can focus on your career, of course, you know, go to school, do all that, but always balance it out. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's going to be easy. You know, there's always an ability to balance everything out. You're never too busy. I promise you, you're never too busy. You probably think you're busy until you look at a dad's life. Once you look at a dad's life, you're gonna shut up about being busy. You know, a dad has to work 8 to 12 hours a day. Not to mention he has to wake up before that, depending on when he works. Let's say he works, 7 to 6, for example. You know, almost 12 hours, right? 7 to 6. Not to mention that he has to wake up a little bit earlier, you know, to pray, you know, read the Bible, even go to the gym, and then go to work for 12 hours a day, comes back, has a family to attend to. Not to mention if he has any businesses, or depending on the career that he has, maybe he has things that he has to do after work. You don't really know how busy is until you're a father, especially when you're in the church stuff, dude. gets even more crazier, because then they also have to serve Christ. They also have to go to groups, you know what I mean, stuff like that. Me, on the other hand, I don't even have a wife or kids. I only have my family and a girlfriend, you know what I mean. I don't have any of that, and yet I feel like I'm busy. I feel like I have no time to do anything for my hobbies, for example, you know what I mean. That's just an excuse, you know. I'm telling you guys this because I don't want you guys to think that I'm perfect and that I don't struggle with things. I struggle with things all the time, maybe more than others, honestly. This year, I'm dedicating myself to fixing that. For me, I'm taking phones away. No phones, no electronics, unless it's for something productive. If it's benefiting me, then sure, go ahead. But if it's not, I'm not using it. I'm going to start reading more, the Bible especially, and just books in general. I just recently upgraded my collection, so I'm going to definitely start reading that. You know, just getting knowledge in general, you know. There's really three things that are very important in life: time, knowledge, and money. When you don't have one of them, you use the other two to get it. For example, if you don't have any money, just use knowledge and time to get money. If you don't have knowledge, just use money and time to get knowledge. You know, it's easy. There's really no excuse. And another thing that I'm working on, I hope you guys, especially men, because we suck at this, we're very stubborn, is accountability. Accountability of your actions. For example, oh, it's because I have a girlfriend and we always go out to eat. That's why I can't get in shape. No, that's an excuse, because I know plenty of people that are married and have kids and are still able to eat healthy and do all kinds of stuff. Really encourage you guys to just spend time with your family. Just be present this year. Don't focus on the future too much. Live every day one step at a time. Reflect on what you've done wrong this year and improve, you know, do better. Start with Christ. Like he says, seek the kingdom and the rest will follow. That's my words of encouragement for you guys. I hope you guys have a great year. I hope you had a great last year. And if you didn't, I hope this year is better. You know, I hope you're able to figure out what it is that you need to do. With that being said, I have a lot of great more content coming soon. A lot of more branding stuff. You know, I'm going to really take it all. I'm going to take it all this year. I'm not going to be posting as consistent as I used to be, because I feel like that's a lot more draining, and I'm not going to be very consistent. That was one thing. I got burnt out as soon as I started this podcast, and that's why I haven't been posting, if I'm being completely honest. That's something that I want to change. I'm taking accountability. I'm going to be at least posting once a month and maybe twice a month if I have the, you know, the time and the energy, you know, maybe more, you know, but for sure, once a month. These episodes are going to be great. We're going to focus a lot on the script and the people that I'm going to be bringing on this podcast. We're going to try to take it big this year. Very excited, and I hope you guys can follow this journey. And with that being said, let's go out with 2025, start in 2026. God bless.